Hello and welcome to the McCormick Gymnasium on the campus of Shanley High School for an EDC basketball matchup between the Red River Roughriders and the Shanley Deacons. I'm Andy Simon alongside my partner, Cade Busick, and before we break this game down for you and actually get into the action, we are going to send it down to the PA announcer.
Good evening and welcome to McCormick Gymnasium on the campus of Shanley High School for tonight's Eastern Dakota Conference girls basketball matchup featuring the visitors on the scoreboard, the Grand Forks Red River Roughriders, and your home team, Shanley Deacons. The Shanley High School campus, like to remind all fans, is a tobacco, drug, and alcohol-free campus. Thank you for your cooperation during your time here at Shanley. Also, the concession stand and restrooms are located south of the gymnasium in the commons area of the school. At this time, we ask that you please rise, remove all headwear as Father Charles McCoy will lead us in prayer.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen. Thanks and praise be to you, God and Father of our Lord Jesus Christ, who has bestowed on us in Christ every spiritual blessing in the heavens. And we thank you for the great blessing of being gathered here together tonight in this contest. As always, we ask you to be with us throughout the entire evening. Be with us, watch over us, bless us, keep the players free from injury and harm. Allow them to play to the best of their ability. Reward them for their efforts. May they enjoy the contest here tonight. Let everything we think, say, and do give you great honor, glory, and praise. And when the evening is complete, help us to arrive at our homeward destinations in safety. We pray in this name, your Son Jesus, by the power of the Holy Spirit, you are God forever and ever. Amen. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Please remain standing as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. At this time, I'd like to draw your attention to the scores table of Shanley basketball.
Don't go anywhere. High school basketball is next after a brief message from our sponsor.
This broadcast is presented by American Family Insurance, Ken Craft Agency, Bell Bank, Beyond Boundaries Therapy Services, Butler Machinery, Ed's Marine, the Fargo Jet Center, First International Bank and Trust, Forum Communications, Haley's Hope, Hurley's Religious Goods, Luther Family Buick GMC, Master Construction, Moore Engineering, Network Center, Northern Improvement, Off the Wall Advertising, Robert Gibb and Sons, Sanford, Shields, Taxman, TCI Insurance, and Wolf Steel Construction.
Welcome back to high school basketball action, and before the game starts, Cade, how important is this matchup here between these two highly ranked teams in the Eastern Dakota Conference?
Well, right now we got the number 2 and the number 4 team. They're separated by 2 games, and then there's Cheyenne between them. So these teams with 2 games left in their season, actually Red River has 3, are both jostling for position and trying to get seeded for the EDC tournament. And that's very big because that'll determine home games and who you're playing later. So these teams are really kind of concerned about this game. In Red River, this is probably their big tough game left. Shanley has, I'm not going to try and be the bully here, but they've got Grand Forks Central who hasn't won a game yet this year, so this has to be the game that they're worried about. Out.
Yeah, for sure. We definitely got 2 great teams going up against head-to-head tonight. We'll have some great action for you folks. I mean, like you said, this game is very important. Seeding for Eastern Dakota Conference tournament, excuse me. So, I mean, I think we got a great game ahead of us. Lots of action. Great talent on both sides of the ball for both teams. And yeah, hopefully they can beat it out, have a nice game, some good entertainment.
Yeah, it should be a good game. These teams played a really competitive game a couple of weeks ago up in Grand Forks. I mean, Shanley was able to pull that game out, but if you're Red River, this is kind of a payback game. You want this game. You're waiting for the Deacons. The Deacons still kind of have that. They're the monster from a couple of years ago when they won their 70 games in a row or whatnot. I mean, some of these girls remember this. So if you're Red River, I don't know if they've beaten them before. So this is kind of one on the bucket list that you get one more chance to check off. But so this is going to be a really fun game between 2 competitive teams. They're actually rated, Shanley is the 3 team in state right now. They're trailing only Devils Lake, who's 1, and Bismarck Century, who's 2. Then Shanley is obviously 3. Red River is actually the 5 seed, so this in state right now. So that really means nothing, but it's kind of just fun to brag about where you are in state, and you know that this, at the end of the day, this is all about bragging, right, at some point.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Great motivations for both teams today. 2 great teams going head-to-head, and we'll have Payne and
Frank, I believe that is.
Yep, Payne and Frank going in for the tip-off. And it will go to Manuel, who passed it over to Busick. Back over to Crispin. Back to Payne. Dribbles it over to Huber. Back over to Busick. Over to Payne, who drives in. Pass it out to Huber. Huber for 3. No good. Will not go. Payne with the rebound. Out to Busick. Pass it down, and it is stolen by Red River. And Fossey will take it down and get an easy layup for the Red River.
That was a really nice steal there by Paige, I believe. She threw it up ahead to head, and that was Stefan, actually, who got the really nice bucket there.
Excuse me on that one. Huber takes it down, pass it in. Back out to Huber. Stolen by Red River. Down to Stefan. And the layup will be no good for Red River. Huber passed it out to Busick. Busick down to Crispin. Back over to Huber. Out to Manuel. She passes it in. Pass will not connect, but it will go to Payne. And Manuel for 2, and it will be no good. Stefan up for the layup, no good. Busick coming down with the rebound. She will take it down the court. Out to Payne. Payne for 3, and that will not go down. Stefan pass it up. Over back to Stefan. Shot will go out of bounds. Pass, excuse me, will go out of bounds.
Really nice defensive play there by Payne. She's just going to read the pass, and she's going to be able to knock it out of bounds, let the Deacons get set up in their zone here.
And the pass will go out to Stefan. Stefan over to, I believe, Burris. And the pass will be stolen by Crispin. Pass it out to Huber. Takes it up the court. Over to Payne. Down into Crispin. Over to Manuel for a deep 2, and it will not go. Rebound by the Deacons. Crispin puts it up, and it will go for 2.
Really nice basket by Crispin. Just a nice turnaround layup after the offensive rebound. Those second chance points are something you're always looking for.
Pass will go out to, Pass will go out to Lancaster. Over to Robson. Robson to Steffen, and it will be stolen by the Deacons. Payne takes it in, up for 2. No good, but the foul.
This is something the Deacons have got to work on, especially coming into the EDC tournament. You got to be getting these points from the charity stripe. These are freebies. You got to take them.
And as Payne takes the first shot, it will go.
Payne, this is going to be her 3rd year as a starter. She's really been something for the Deacons this year. She had a 40-point game earlier this year, and she's kind of been the stir and stick that keeps the Deacons going.
Yeah, definitely a big driving force for the Shanley offense and defense. Ball will go up to Frank. Frank over to Sundrell. Stolen by Payne. She takes it down the court. Up for 2. It will go. Into Sundrell. Stolen by, I believe, Huber. Goes up for 2. Will not get it, but will get the 2 free throws.
The Deacons are putting on a press here, and it's starting to give Red River some problems. They're just throwing balls ahead, and the Deacons are really easily just getting reads on it, and they're just taking these up, and they're getting these easy layups or getting to the stripe.
Huber's first shot will not go. Here, as she takes her second shot from the free throw line. And that shot will not go either. Frank takes it up, passes it over to Sundrell. Sundrell dribbles it out. Down back to Frank. Over to Leach. Sundrell for 3. It is good. Huber to take it down. Deep pass to Busick. Over to Crispin for 2. No good. Sundrell pass it. Oh. Shot will go off the hands and out of bounds off of Red River.
Kind of a tough break for Red River there. They kind of looked like they were going to have a layup there from Leach. Instead, it goes out of bounds on them. Tough play, but that's how the cookie crumbles sometimes.
Huber over to Payne. Payne over to Crispin. Pass will be intercepted by Red River. Leach takes it down the court. And Sundrell will get the 2-pointer.
Leach just got a really nice steal there, but then she just outran everybody down the floor. That was impressive.
Payne shot will not go.
She's going to go to the line to shoot 3 free throws. Now, something Red River's going to have to watch now. This is going to be their 3rd team foul already. And this is something that if Shanley can get to the line, they have to take advantage of. But this is also going to be Robinson's 2nd already. That's another thing we're going to have to watch as the night goes on.
Payne's first shot will not go. Payne takes the second shot, and that shot will not go either. 1 more left at the stripe. Third shot will go. 1 for 3 at the line on that trip.
Every time Shanley makes a bucket, they're setting up in this press, and it's really giving Red River a lot of problems. As here you're going to see kind of in a panic mode, and they're just going to throw the ball over the head of the teammate, and it's going to go out of bounds and be Deacon basketball.
And as we just saw there, Sundrell's deep pass went out of bounds off the hands of Red River, so Shanley will take it up. Manuel over to Huber. Huber out to Payne. Payne over to Busick. Busick dribbles, pass it over to Huber. Down to Chrisman. To Payne right under the bucket. Pass it out to Manuel, who loses grip on it, and it will be taken up the court by Leach. Leach over to Sundrell for 2. It will not go, as she will get the 2 shots at the charity stripe.
But now that Red River's starting to get some steals, and Shanley, you got to have crisp passes here. They're giving up free possessions to Red River, which if you're Red River, that's exactly what you're looking for. Or Busick, that's going to be her first. That's the Deacons' first team foul as well.
First shot by Sundrell will go. And the second shot will not go. Payne with the rebound. Takes it up over to Manuel. Out to Busick, outside the arc for 3. No good. Rebound by Leach. Sundrell's pass is denied by Huber. She recovers, takes it out. Over to Sundrell. Rebounded by, or pass is taken by Crispin over to Manuel, out to Payne. Payne for a deep 2. Off the bank, it goes in.
I don't know if she called bank there, but I think they're going to put it on the scoreboard.
Sundrell will not get the shot, but will get the 2 free throws.
Also number 40, Kelly Crispin. First personal, second team foul. At the line, Jasmine Sandro.
I mean, this is something we're going to need to watch from both teams. Can they make their free throws? If they can't make their free throws, this could turn into an ugly game with the amount of fouls that we're having. I mean, already 5. And that's, I mean, they're called free throws for a reason. You got to make them.
And neither of Sundrell's shots will go. Huber takes it up the court for the Deacons. She dribbles out looking for a pass. Over to Payne. Out to Busick. Out to Manuel. Outside the arc. Shot may have been tipped. Will not go. Payne with the rebound. Shot is denied. And Burris passes it over to Sundrell. Sundrell takes it up the court. Well defended by the Deacons. And it will be a jump ball going to the Deacons.
I think they're going to say that's Red River ball rotating possession there.
Okay. My apologies on that one.
Checking in for the Deacons, number 4, Lydia Mattern.
And Mattern comes in for Crispin for the Deacons.
One thing as we kind of get substitutions for the Deacons, Emily Strema, who's been playing a lot more lately for the Deacons, it appears will be out of this game. She was injured in the JV game, so that's kind of something to watch if you're a Deacon fan.
Busick passed it into Huber, who will take it down the court. Back over to Busick, out to Mattern. Pass it across the court to Huber. Huber down into Hakeem. Hakeem over to Payne. Thread the needle on that pass and back out to Huber. Huber down to Mattern, and it will go out of bounds off of the Deacons.
I mean, not really just kind of a forced pass there. It wasn't a pass that needed to be made, but it's going to be Red River ball after the turnover.
Page passed it in, stolen by Huber. Huber over to Payne, outside for 3. It is good. Leach will take it up the court, up to Burris. Back up to Stefan, excuse me. And Sundrell will get the 2-pointer. Hakeem takes it down under the basket. Stolen by Stefan. She'll take it up the court, over to Leach.
I think they're going to get Busick here. They're going to get her with her second already. Eddie, I mean, that's going to be something to watch. But, I mean, a lot of errant passes, it feels like, early. It's starting to look a little bit like the first half of the first game, just a lot of passes that don't need to be thrown. Both teams are doing a really good job with their press and forcing these kind of bad passes.
Mattern will steal the ball up to Huber for an open layup, and she will get it. Stefan takes it down the court. Over to Sundrell for 2, and it will not go. Rebound by Payne. She will take it up the court, over to Busick. She takes deep 2. It will not go. Rebound by Hakeem, who passed it out to Huber. Huber for 3. No good. Red River with the rebound. Stefan will take it up, pass it over to Leach. Pass it back to Stefan. Stefan over to Page. And she'll pass it over to Leach. Leach back to Stefan. Stefan back to Leach. And the play will be disrupted by the Deacons as Kate Busick takes it down the court. Pass it over to Huber. Huber will pass it over to Hakeem for 2, and it is good.
Hakeem right there was just kind of the bully that the Deacons need right now. She took a rebound and just went right back up with it for the layup. That's a really big play. But now as we get into this, it's going to be a timeout here by Red River. If you're Red River, you're trying to tell your teammates, slow down, we're all right. We got to move the ball a little bit more, and you're trying to figure out what you need to do to break this press. If you're Shanley right now, your entire goal, keep doing what we're doing. We're doing it right. cut down on the turnovers a little bit, but otherwise we're doing a really good job.
Yeah, I mean, this definitely so far been a very defensive game. Both teams haven't had a whole lot of success on offense, but they have put up a couple of points. Fouls have also been sort of an issue early into this first half.
Yeah, both teams already have a player with 2 fouls. I mean, only 3 for each team, but it's always something to watch, especially if this game is as good as it's advertised to be. Then we got to worry about who may be able to play in the final 2-3 minutes or even overtime if we're able to get there.
And Stefan takes it up the court, pass it over Leach. She will take it, tightly guarded by the Deacons, stolen by Payne, over to Huber, who will take it down the court, into Hakeem for 2, and it is tipped and will not go. Stolen by Mattern as a shot. Oh.
And they're going to...
Can you hear us? Okay, excuse us on that one, folks. We are having some technical difficulties.
Check, nothing.
And the pass is out of bounds. Passed in and hit out by the Deacons, as it will be Red River's ball still. Robson passes it in to Stefan. She will take it down the court. Pass over to Frank. Over to Leach. She'll dribble with it. Pass back to Stefan. Stefan gets the ball. And Robson's pass will not go. It is rebounded by Hakeem, who will pass it up to Payne. Payne will pass it out to Mattern. She'll dribble it in. Over to Hakeem for 2. No good. And it will be out of bounds on Red River on that rebound attempt. And Payne will pass it into Mattern, who will go up for 2, but will draw the foul with the shot not going.
You know, that's a really good play. Mattern just cuts hard to the basket, and she was on the same page there with Payne, who got her the ball. She doesn't make the shot, but she's going to the line for 2. And that's already now 3 on Robson, in which she probably has to come out of the game, maybe for the entire half now.
Mattern's first shot will go. Mattern's second shot will also go. Ball into Stefan. Over to Page. Page takes down the court. Pass is stolen by Payne. She takes down the court. Pass it over to Mattern, who will drive in and back out to Huber. Huber for 3. No good. Rebound by Payne. Ball is stolen by Red River. Pass up to Stefan. Contested by Manuel, and they'll get called for a jump.
That'll be Shanley ball on rotating possession. Really good hustle play there by Manuel. Well, she's going to get the Deacons the ball back after, or not a bad pass, but I mean just kind of a pass that ended up in the middle of no man's land and save the Deacons possession there.
Payne passed it into Busick, who takes it up, dribbles with it, back to Payne, who passed it over, back to Busick, back over to Payne, into Mattern. She dribbles around with it. She'll go up for 2. She will...
They're going to call it on the ground there, so there's going to be no shots.
Payne passes it in Mattern. Mattern takes it, passes it out to Manuel. Manuel for 3. It is good.
She's really kind of come into her own shooting those this year. She's done a really good job at it, and the Deacons have needed that.
Page takes it up. Passes it over to Sandro, who will take a shot. It will not go. Mattern with the rebound. She takes it up the court. Takes it 2. It is good.
Really nice play there to go all the way coast to coast and get the 2-pointer for the Deacons.
And the pass is stolen by Manuel. Takes a shot. That will not go. And Lancaster, I believe, will take it up the court. Over to Sandro. She'll dribble it around the arc. Tightly guarded by Payne. And Stefan will take the ball. Over to Sandro for 3. It is good.
That was a deep 3. That was a really nice shot there by Sandro.
And Payne will take it up. She'll get called for the travel after the tight defense by the Red River.
I mean, that was a really good play by the defense there. They just trapped her perfectly, and she tried to get it out, and they're going to get her with the travel first. It kind of could have gone either way. I think not a bad call, though, by the officials.
Ball is into Stefan. She slowly dribbles it down the court, guarded by Manuel. Over to Sundrell. Back to Stefan. Back to Sundrell. Back to Stefan. Back to Sundrell. She'll pass it into Lancaster for 2. Shot will not go. Rebound by Busick. She takes it up the court. Pass it over to Mattern. Mattern tries to pass to Huber, but it'll be tipped out of bounds by Stefan of Red River.
Really nice play there by Stefan. She just came out of nowhere and was able to tip that ball out of bounds. Red River was kind of behind the play, so this is going to let them get set up now, along with make some substitutions.
Huber, pass it into Busick. Pass it back to Huber. She'll pass it over to Manuel. Manuel into Hakeem. Up for 2 with the foul. Shot will not go, but she'll be taking 2 shots at the free throw line.
Really good there by Hakim. She did a good job getting to the line, and she keeps kind of it just kind of keeps pushing the card to Red River. Can you guard us inside, or else you're gonna have to foul us?
Hakeem's first free throw will go.
That's something that she's improved on a lot this year. She's made her free throws, and she's just improved a lot on that. That's really helpful, and it makes her a lot more available to the team as a player.
And Payne will come in for Mattern before the second free throw. Hakeem, second shot, will not go. Rebound by Huber. Huber dribbles it down. Pass it out to Busick. Busick over to Payne. Payne for 3. It is good.
She's having a really nice night again for the Deacons.
Pass is stolen by Huber. Huber takes it down the court. Over to Manuel. Into Busick. Over to Payne. Payne for 3. No good. Rebound by Leach. Leach will take it up the court. Pass it up to Sundrell. And it looks like they will draw a foul on Riley Payne. First personal for her, 4th team foul.
Yeah, I mean, she, I think, has 11 on the night. She's playing really well for the Deacons. I mean, the Deacons are really just playing a nice game. They're playing together tonight, which is something that they've got to keep doing the rest of the year if they have a hope for EDC and eventually state.
Sundrell takes it up, passes it to Leach. Leach over to Sundrell, back to Leach, back to Sundrell, back to Leach, back to Sundrell, into Azur. And Jordan Burris will go to the line for 2 free throws.
Well, we said Payne's done a good job tonight, but she just racked up about 2 fouls in about 20 seconds there. That's something you can't have if you're the Deacons, both for an individual player, but even as a team, as the Deacons now have 5 fouls, and Red River is knocking on the door of bonus. Red River has 6, so Shanley will be in bonus for the remainder of the half.
Burris' shot will not go. Payne with the rebound. Stolen back by Red River, and they will jump on it.
Red
And a timeout is called by
Red
Red
River. Call a
River.
timeout, save the ball there. They're probably a really smart move there. And if you're Red River, you got to slow down and take a breath. You're on your way to getting run out of the gym if you don't slow down. They're going to be all right. They got to cut down their passes, and they're kind of having a hard time. They're just kind of playing hot potato. That's what they're playing. Oh, you got the ball at the last. You have to shoot the shot.
Yeah, they're definitely looking a little rushed on both sides of the ball here. They're causing some turnovers, but I mean Shanley's just done a great job both inside the arc, outside the arc, in the paint, wherever. They just seem to be hitting shots. But yeah, and one thing that Red River is definitely gonna have to look out for is their fouls. They already have 6, 1 away from giving Shanley the bonus, which could be huge going into the end of this first half.
The one thing I will say, both teams are kind of trying to play a 2-3 zone. Shanley's hitting some threes that is forcing Red River to come out, and it's causing them problems right now.
I agree. Leach takes it in. She dribbles it down. Pass over to Sundrell. That will be tipped out of bounds.
They're going to get Payne here again. This is going to be her 3rd in about maybe a minute. They're going to have to take her out and sit her down for a while. I mean, that's a tough foul if you're the Deacons right now, as Busick has 2 as well.
Leach Pass it into Sundrell. Sundrell for three, and it is good.
Just as I said, Shanley was breaking the zone with the threes. Red River comes out and makes a big one there.
Deacons tightly guarded by Red River. And Sundrell will take the ball up over to Leach. Back to Sundrell. Back to Leach. She'll dribble it and pass it back to Sundrell.
An update from the boys' game. The Red River Roughriders are leading the Shanley Deacons 31-24 at halftime.
And the ball is stolen by the Deacons here as Busick will pass it over to Huber, who will take it up the court. Guarded by Sundrell. She passed it into Busick. Busick out to Manuel for three, no good. And the rebound will be by Burris. We'll pass it up to Sundrell, takes it up the court, over to Leach, back over to Sundrell, back over to Leach. And the ball is back in Sundrell's hands, and now it's in Leach's hands. Back to Sundrell. Out to Sundrell. Back to Leach into, Page. And Sundrell will take it up the court. Shot for two, no good. Rebound by Lydia Mattern. Mattern passed it to Manuel. That's a tip back in to Busick. Busick takes it up the court. Pass it over to Mattern. She'll pass it in to Chrisman. Chrisman will go up for two, no good. Red River with the rebound. And we will have a jump ball here.
I'm not sure if they're going to get a foul here on Chrisman. She almost kind of just dived on top of the pile there. I think they're going to get Chrisman, and this is going to be 1-1 now. So now 3 players for the Deacons have fouls, which, okay, that's not bad. The problem is they got 2, 2, and 3. And they're all big starters for the Deacons. So they're going to get Chrisman out of here now and bring in Hakim. But this is kind of where you wonder how Shrema not playing is going to cause a little bit of a problem for them. Because that's that other big girl, who can be a force down there for them. Down low.
And Burris's first free throw attempt will go. Her second shot will not go. Rebound by Red River. It appears to be Sundrell with the ball. She passed it out to Leach. Leach over to Frank. Frank out to Stefan. Over to Leach. And it'll be swatted by Hadley Huber as the ball goes out of bounds.
So Red River just took a free throw rebound away from the Deacons. I mean, that's just a hustle play there, and that's something that the Deacons have to clean up. It'll come, and those do happen, but you can't have those happening.
Ball with Sundrell. Over to Stefan. Back to Sundrell. She takes it up for three. Shot is no good.
They're going to get Burris there on a traveling there, and it'll be Deacon ball with about 4:35 left in the half. But one thing that we got to see from the Deacons now, who's going to step in and score for Payne?
Yeah, definitely a great presence that is being lost by the Deacons right now. Busick passes it up to Mattern. Back to Busick. She has it outside the arc. Pass it over to Huber. She dribbles in. Over to Mattern onto the basket. Two-pointer will not go. She gets her own rebound.
Really good job by her. She's going to go to the line now and shoot, too. She missed her first shot, but she worked and got the rebound. Oh, and now she's going to the line. That's a really nice hustle play there by Mattern.
And after that foul, both teams are in the bonus for the remainder of the first half. Mattern's first shot will not go.
But Shanley hasn't scored in about the last 3 minutes, and that's something that's got to be a little bit concerning right now, as I think Red River's on about a 5-0 run.
Mattern's second shot will go.
It's going to be a timeout here by Shanley. I think if you're Shanley in this timeout, it's kind of one where taking a minute to just kind of let them know you got to do a little better. Or if you're Shanley, you're kind of you're only shooting 54% from the free throw line. That's not good enough. They're getting out hustled on rebounds. But the good thing, we're winning by 10 after all of that. So that just tells you how good they're doing. If you're Red River, it's all right. Hey, we've slowed down. We've gone on a little bit of a run. If Payne comes in, we want to go right at her and try and get her into foul trouble. If Chrisman is in, we want to go at her. Busick, if we get the chance. Basically, the girls in foul trouble we want to take advantage of. We know that they either are going to risk a foul or they're not going to play full pressure defense. So we want to attack that if we get the chance.
So I believe it will be Burris who will pass the ball in. Or excuse me, That is Paige passing it in. That will be to Frank. Frank up to Stefan. Stefan passes it to Leach, but she'll get called for the travel.
I'll give him that was a close call. That was close, though. It looked like a really nice move if she would have shot that, but.
Busick will take it up for Shanley. Over to Huber. She dribbles it behind half court. Passed it over to Manuel. Manuel to Busick. Busick over to Huber. She drives in. Passes it to Hakeem, who will get the ball.
They're going to get
and she'll
her
be called
for
for a
a
travel.
They're going to get Hakim for a walk. It'll be Red River ball underneath their own basket here with about 4 minutes. That one hurt, though. Hakim looked like she was going to get a really nice layup look.
So the ball gets passed in. It'll end up in Stefan's hands. We'll pass it over to Frank.
I thought her was going in for a second.
Her shot will not go, but she'll get 2 free throws.
They're going to get mad at her first. That shot, though, I thought that was going in.
So here's Frank with the first shot. It will go. Little in and out and in there.
I think Red River's on about a 6-1 run right now. If you're Shanley, you got to cut this right now.
Frank's second shot will go. Mattern passed it into Huber. Huber deep pass to Manuel. Manuel to Mattern. She'll take it up over to Hakeem for 2. She'll get called. She'll get a foul, and she'll get 2 shots at the free throw line.
Hakim is doing a good job of getting to the line tonight. Got to make these free throws now. If you're Shanley, you got to score from the charity stripe. That's a must. And that's, an absolute must for both teams right now.
Kim's first shot will not go. And that has been a big problem so far in this first half, is not being able to make all their free throws for Shanley.
Yeah, they're only shooting about 50% from the line right now. You just plain and simple have to do better than that.
And Hakeem's second shot will not go. Stefan will get the rebound. She passed it over to Sundrell. Sundrell passed it in to Frank. Frank out to Sundrell for 3, no good. Hakeem with the rebound. She'll pass it over to Huber, who will pass it up to Manuel. Manuel dribbles with it, tightly guarded by Red River. Out to Mattern. She will drive in for 2. It is good. Excellent play by Mattern to drive to the basket and get that layup. And Sundrell will have it for the 2. It is good with the foul.
They're going to get Mattern here. That's going to be her second now. And Red River's going to go to the line. I don't know, but been a tough couple of minutes if you're Shanley right now. They're chipping away at your lead slowly. You got to slow the bleeding. Stop it.
And Sundrell's shot will not go. Rebound by Sundrell. She passes it out, stolen by Manuel. Manuel for 2. No good. Rebound by Busick. Up for 2. She gets it and the foul.
That's a really nice play there by Busick. She's going to trail behind and get that rebound over a couple of players, and she's going to put it up for the bucket. Now she's going to go to the line, and that's going to be Sundrell now with 2 for Red River. And Shanley pushes the lead back out to 10. 11 now with
Busick shot will go.
11 now with the 3rd point.
Stefan takes it up for Red River. She passed it over to Sundrell. Back to Stefan. She passed it over to Sundrell. Back to Stefan. Back to Sundrell. And the pass will be stolen by Hadley Huber. Huber up to Manuel for an open layup, and it will not go. Rebound by Frank, excuse me.
I don't know. It's going to be, they're going to get Manuel here, which if you're a Deacons fan, if you're taking a little bit of a breath, that would have been Busick's 3rd before half. But Red River's now in the double bonus for the remainder of the half, which you're not overly pleased about, but I mean, you're playing well as the first one goes in. Red River is shooting a little bit better than Shanley, 55% from the line, so these free throws are really starting to hurt the Deacons.
And Frank's first shot did go, so she'll get the second here. Her second shot will also go. Hakeem to pass it into Huber. Huber will take it up the court and pass it over to Busick, but it's stolen by Stefan. She takes it back the other way. She will go up for 2, and she does not get it. Rebound by Sundrell, I believe.
I think they're going to get Hakim here on the foul. That'll send Red River to the line for 2. They're in double. Both teams actually are in double bonus for the remainder of the game. No, they're going to get Heinrich here on the first. Heinrich, the senior.
Sundrell's first shot will go. She'll get another. And Sundrell's second shot will also go. Hakim passed it into Busick. Busick takes it down the court. She passed it over to Manuel. Manuel tightly guarded by Stefan. She passed it over to Heinrich. Heinrich over to Huber, over to Hakim, and back to Busick. Across the court to Huber, and back across to Busick. Pass is stolen by Page.
They're going to get a double dribble here on Page. Page after the really nice defensive possession there by Red River. That's kind of a tough way for that to end, but it's going to be Deacon basketball nonetheless after the turnover.
So Huber passed it into Busick. Busick back over to Huber. Huber for 3. Will not go. Hakim with the rebound. She goes up for 2, and that will not go.
They're going to get Hakim here, I think, with the foul. So Red River's going to be shooting double bonus. I also think that's No, that's only her first. Okay. But so Red River's shooting 2 for the rest of the half now because of the double bonus, as Frank will go to the line to shoot 2.
Frank with the first shot. It will go.
Red River's shooting just a little bit better than the Deacons from the line, but it's making a difference and it's paying off. As Frank is 100% from
Second
the
shot
line
will go.
after that
Stays
shot.
100. Busick over to Hakim. Hakim into Manuel. Out to Heinrich. She will dribble it. Give it over to Huber. Huber calling for a screen. Huber takes it in. Pass it over to Hakim. Hakim back into Huber. Up for 2. Will not go, but will draw the foul.
Huber now is going to go to the line to shoot 2 as the Deacons' lead has been cut all the way to 5. But one thing that's kind of starting to become that's really starting to become a problem, Shanley's only shooting about 50% from the line, and we'll see if we can get that stat in a minute. But Red River, on the other hand, is shooting 75%. They are really shooting the free throws well tonight.
Yeah, the free throws have definitely been a big component in this game, as they haven't had a whole lot of success on offense on its own, but there has been a lot of fouls in this game so far, so free throws have been a huge component. As Huber's second shot will not go. Rebound by Red River. Stefan will take it up the court. She passed it out to Sundrell. Sundrell out to Sundrell for 3. Will not go. Rebound was fought for, and it'll be out of bounds on Shanley. Stefan to pass it in for Red River. Stefan passed it into Sundrell. Back out to Stefan, back to Sundrell for 3. It is good.
She is having a really nice night shooting those for them. She's got 3 of them already, and I think they've opened from about the exact same spot.
Heinrich will have the ball. Dribbles around with it. Gets caught up. And that is Manuel with 2. That will not go. Rebound by Red River. Sundrell for 2. Will not go.
They're going to get, I don't know
Appears
who
to
that's
be
on.
Possibly Page.
Yeah, they're going
it'll
to
be
get
on
Page
Page.
there. So Shanley, that's her third actually, but Shanley will now go to the line to shoot 2. It'll be Manuel shooting the free throws. Shanley is in the double bonus, so they are going to get 2 shots. One thing that's not good if you're Shanley, since Payne went out, you've been outscored 18-7.
Manuel's first shot will go.
Checking in for number 32, Jordan Burris.
Yeah, Payne's presence is definitely very different when she's on the court. I mean, Shanley just can go on runs and runs when Payne's on the court, but when she's absent, it makes a huge, huge difference.
As McCormick Bars will check in for the Deacons.
Manuel's second shot will go. Stefan will take it up the court for Red River. She passes it over to Sunjul. Sunjul back to Stefan. Out to the other Sunjul. Back to Stefan. Back to Sunjul. And she'll pass it back to Stefan. And Paige had it, passes out to Stefan for three, will not go. And I believe that is Burst with the rebound. Back to Stefan for two.
Stefan with a really nice play. Good cut to the basket. Cuts the lead back down to 5.
Huber takes it up. Screened by Bars. She passes into Hakeem. Puts it up for two. Will not go. Rebound by Red River as they throw up a shot. That will not go.
Well, we're going to get some stats here from the first half. Shanley leading the way is Riley Payne with 12, even though she didn't play about the last 7 minutes. That's really impressive. Mattern has 7. And Manuel has 5, along with Huber, who has 5. Busick has 3. Hakim has 3. And Crispin has 2. Leading the way for Red River with 18, Jaden Sundrell. She's having one heck of a night. Followed by Stefan. She's got 8. 8 and 6 for Frank. That is a really big game for Sundrell right now, and the Deacons are going to have to slow her down. But what are both teams going to have to do otherwise to get this game going to end their way?
Well, for Shanley, I think if they keep getting free throw opportunities like they've been getting, they have to start making a lot of them. They have only been shooting around 50 to 60% at the line, while as Red River has been shooting about 70 to 80, and that is making a big difference as Red River has started to come back. So Shanley will definitely have to improve on that. And don't go anywhere, folks. We will be back with more Shanley basketball after this halftime.
And we're back to Shanley girls basketball action as the Shanley Deacons lead the Grand Forks Roughriders 37-34 at the start of the second half. As Stefan will bring the ball up, she's going to dribble right side, guarded by Manuel. Stefan's going to throw it over, stolen by Busick. Busick is going to bring it up the middle for the Deacons. And she's going to throw it over to Payne on the far side. Payne's going to dribble and hand it over to Huber. Huber get over to Crispin in the paint. Crispin's shot is no good, but she was fouled, and she will go to the line now to shoot 2.
We can really start to see here if Shanley's kind of picked up and gotten a little better on their free throws, as in the first half they were not doing too hot on those.
That's for sure. They were only shooting about 50%. Something really big we got to watch now. Paige just got her 4th personal, as she will probably be on the bench for a large portion of the second half now. Getting your 4th foul 22 seconds into the second half is not what you're looking for if you're a Red River fan. As Crispin's second attempt is up, and it's good. And she went 2 for 2, exactly what you wanted if you were the Deacons.
Good to see Shanley turn themselves around on free throws.
As Sundrell's going to throw it ahead up to Frank. Frank's going to give it over to Stefan. Stefan back over to Sundrell on the far side. Frank on the elbow over to Robinson, and it's good as the lead's back down to 3. Busick will bring the ball up for the Deacons. Over to Huber on the near side. Huber's going to be guarded by Huber over to Manuel. It's going to go. They're going to get an over and back here on the Deacons after the ball went out on them.
We saw a couple mistakes like that in the first half, and that's definitely something Shanley's going to want to have to cut back on if they want to build upon this 3-point lead they have.
That's for sure, as Stefan's going to give it over to Sundrell, guarded by Huber. Screened by Frank. Ball's going to go over to Sundrell. Sundrell from the corner is going to give it back over to the other Sundrell, over to the younger Sundrell in the corner. Shot rimmed out, rebound by Stefan, and they're going to get Huber for the foul, as Stefan is going to go to the line now to shoot 2. That's going to be Huber's first. She's done a really good job tonight of staying out of foul trouble. Stefan's first. No good, and we kind of talked about it. They're cleaning up their free throws now. That's kind of been a rare miss as of late, and Red River is making them, and that's really helped them claw back into this game, as the second shot is good this time, and Crispin will inbound for the Deacons. She'll give it up to Huber. Huber, guarded by Sundrell. He's going to throw it way over to Payne. Payne over to Huber on the far side. Huber getting trapped. He's going to throw over to Payne in the corner. Payne for the long 2. No good. Rebound Sundrell. Sundrell is going to throw it up ahead to her sister. Manuel is going to take a swipe at it. It's going to get thrown over to Stefan. Stefan is going to be tipped, and they're going to say it went out on Red River there. It will be Deacon basketball.
Yeah, so far both teams have still kind of been a little too quick, I guess you could say, and have still caused some kind of turnovers and given the ball to the other team.
Huber with the deep 3. It's good, and it's the biggest lead Shanley's had of the half so far. As the ball's going to go ahead to Sundrell. Sundrell for 2. It's good.
Nice pass there by Stefan.
Stefan's immediately going to guard Huber. Ball's going to go over to Busick. Busick's going to throw it ahead to Manuel. Payne for 3. No good. Rebound Stefan. Stefan can go up against Huber. Shot no good. Rebound Busick. Busick's going to take the ball up the near side. She's going to throw it over to Payne. Shot's going to be no good, but there's going to be a foul. I believe they're going to get They're going to get Robson here. That's her 4th now, as they're going to have to put another one on the bench for probably a good majority of the half. Payne is going to take the 2 shots. First is going to be no good, as the free throw woes do continue for the Deacons now. Burris checks in for the Roughriders. Payne's second. Yeah, this one's good. I wasn't sure about that, but you kind of breathe a sigh of relief if you're a Deacon fan here.
They'll definitely take those free throws.
They need those. As Sundrell's going to give it over to Bursis. Stefan's going to get the ball on the far side. Throw it over to Sundrell in the corner. Ball into Frank. Frank is going to miss it. Rebound. Shot and the foul. And Huber is going to get her second in about a minute. The Deacons just seem to rack up fouls in bunches tonight.
Yeah, they've definitely kind of gone on foul runs, I guess you could say, where a player will kind of get like 2-3 in the span of a minute and a half, and it's really shown up in the scoreboard. As Red River has been great on the charity stripe so far.
The lead was at 1 point 14 for Shanley. It's now 1. As Busick will dribble in, shot from the free throw line. It's good. Gives her 5 on the night. As Stefan is going to bring the ball up for the Deacons. She's going to go over to Sundrell. Sundrell, shot for 3. No good. Rebound Burris. Stefan, shot no good. And it's going to be rebounded by Huber. Ball is going to be thrown ahead. Payne is going to come down with that. Oh, throw it over to Manuel. Manuel for 2. It's good. Sundrell is going to bring the ball up. She's going to throw it over to Stefan. Stefan over to Frank. She's going to lose it for a second, but get it back and give it to Sundrell. Back over to Stefan on the top of the key. Stefan is going to dribble over to the far side, then bring it back over. Back up to Stefan at the top of the key now. Over to Burris. Ball's going to be tipped by Huber, and Frank is going to come down with that. Shot is good. As she cuts the lead now down to 3. Busick will bring the ball up. She throws it ahead to Huber. Huber is going to drive in over to Payne. Really nice cut by Payne. Shot no good, though, as I'm not sure. I think Frank came down with that rebound, though. Sundrell is going to bring the ball up. She can get over to Stefan. Stefan is going to try and take McManuel. She's going to give it out to Sundrell, and Sundrell is going to give it up to Burris. Burris looking to pass, gives it over to Stefan. Stefan with a deep 3. Rebound is going to be Huber, as Huber is going to bring the ball up the middle of the floor. She'll give it over to Chrisman. Chrisman's going to give it over to Payne. Payne's going to give it back, and it's going to be Stefan who's going to poke it ahead to Sundrell. Sundrell going to have to go through a little traffic. Shot is good, and this lead is back down to 1 point.
Yeah, Shanley's definitely going to have to start putting up some points on the board if they're going to want to regain the lead that they once have. Or, excuse me, build on the lead they have.
Huber with the ball. He's going to give it over to Payne on the far side. Payne is going to give it over to Chrisman. Chrisman, she's going to lose it, and Sundrell is going to come up with it. And Sundrell almost lost it out of bounds. She's going to give it up to Burris. Burris is going to give it back to Sundrell. We'll bring it up the middle of the floor. And give it over to Stefan. Stefan's going to give it over to Sundrell. Sundrell up to Burris. Burris over to Stefan. Stefan is going to dribble left. And Manuel's going to come up with it. Manuel is going to, the ball is going to get blocked, and they're going to say it went out on Red River. But a really nice hustle play there by Stefan to knock that ball out and allow Red River, who was beat on that play, to get set up now and play a little defense.
Yeah, that was just a little bit of a foot race between Manuel and the other 2 Red Rivers defenders. And yeah, Stefan did a great job of stopping that play.
Huber's going to dribble it out and give it over to Payne. Payne for the 2. No good. Rebound Sundrell. Sundrell is going to be guarded by Huber. Ball's going to go over to Leach. Leach is going to dribble in and give it over to Azur. Leach is going to get it back and try to throw it in. It's going to be out on Mo Hakim. As Leach will inbound for Red River. She will throw it in to Sundrell. Sundrell from the corner. She's going to drive in. Shot no good. They're going to say a foul here on Azur, and it will be Deacon basketball after the infraction. They may have just called a travel there, actually, as Busick will throw it ahead to Payne. Payne is going to drive in. Shot for 2. No good, but they're going to call a foul here.
Fouls are kind of starting to add up a little early here for Red River. If they keep going at this pace, Shanley will be in the bonus in no time.
Yeah, they're on their way there, as Payne will miss the first, and the free throw woes again continue. As that is Burris's first for Red River. Payne misses the second as well, as Sundrell is going to come down with the rebound. Give it over to her sister, throw it ahead to Leach. Leach is going to give it over to Sundrell. Sundrell is going to give it over to Burris. Burris is going to throw it over to Leach. Leach for 3. Shot is no good. Rebound Mattern. Mattern is going to get fouled now, and these are starting to rack up quickly. And I'm not sure who they called. They called Leach here. That's her first. So if you're a Red River fan, you obviously don't want the foul, but that's an okay person for it to be called on. And as Huber will bring the ball up for the Deacons. Huber's going to give it up to Mattern. Mattern is going to try and get it into Hakim. Hakim for 2, no good, but she was fouled. Really nice pass there, kind of threaded the needle in there to Hakim, and Hakim is now going to go to the line. That's the second now on Burris. She got those now in about a half minute. I mean, both teams' players are just seeming to get them in a run here. Hakim, no good. Shanley is just, they should be running Red River out of the gym. They can't make their free throws. They are shooting well under 50% for the night.
Yeah, they definitely got to start hitting those as soon as possible if they want to get more ahead in this game.
That's at least 4 in a row that they've missed, if not more. This has been a tough stretch for the Deacons.
Yeah, I believe they only made like 1 or 2 of their free throws so far this half.
Payne is going to throw it over to Huber. Huber is going to go into Mattern, and she's not going to be able to handle it, and Sundrell is going to come away with it. She's going to throw it over to Leach. Leach is going to give it back to Sundrell. Sundrell, guarded by Busick, drives in over to Burris. Burris is going to give it up to Leach on the far side. She's going to throw it into Azor. Azor for 2, no good. Rebound Mattern. Mattern is going to bring the ball up the middle of the floor. She's going to go around Sundrell for 2. It's good. Timeout, Deacons. This is going to be a full timeout. Shanley TV is made possible in part by the Shanley Athletic Club and their generous members. Check out their website today at shanleyathletic.club.com to learn how your membership can contribute to Shanley TV, the Deacon Den, and many other student-athlete needs. While you're there, be sure to renew your annual membership by clicking the Join Now button or becoming a member if you are not already. It's easy to become a member, and anyone can join, so sign up today. The Shanley Athletic Club, taking Deacon Athletics to a higher level. Well, we do have the percentages now. Shanley is shooting 50% from the free throw line. That's a rough mark. Red River, on the other hand, is shooting 68. That's let them get back into this game so far, and even with Red River in foul trouble, the way that Shanley is shooting at the line, it's not hurting them as bad as it should.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not making a big impact on them, but I feel like I'm beating a dead horse at this point. Shanley's got to start making free throws. They've been given so many opportunities to make free throws, and they just haven't hit them, and that's been a big component as Red River has started to come back so far in this game.
And the lead is right where we left it at halftime. It's down to 3, so we played about 7 minutes to go nowhere, but you know, we got 11 minutes and 7 seconds to try and figure out who's going to win, as Busick is going to tip it back into Steffen, and ball is going to be shot by shot by Frank is going to be blocked, but there was a foul. I thought Busick was going to take that ball out of bounds, but instead she tips it back in, and Red River ended up with a 2-on-1. And that'll be Hakim's second now.
Yeah, Busick made a great effort play to keep that ball in play, but it just couldn't quite go to any of her teammates as it went to Steffen, who brought it down and then got the shot with the free throws for, Leach.
Frank there.
Frank, excuse me.
As Hakim's going to come down with the rebound and give it up to Huber. Huber at the top of the key. He's going to dribble over to the far side, over to Payne. Payne is going to give it over to Huber on the near side. Huber back over to Payne on the far side. Had to corral that one, and she's going to drive in. Ball is going to go off a Red River defender, and Sundrell is going to come up with it. Sundrell guarded by Huber. Payne is going to come and poke that one away, and it will stay Red River basketball with about 23 seconds left on the shot clock. As Robinson is going to check back in now with those 4 fouls, so that's something to watch for now as Sundrell will inbound. And Hakim is going to come down with it and give it up to Payne. Payne is going to bring the ball up the near side. Payne's going to drive in over to Huber. Huber over to Mattern. Mattern is going to go baseline. Over to Busick. Busick from the top of the key. Shot. Goes around the rim, and it's going to fall for the Deacons. I think that gives her about 8 tonight. She's having a quietly good game. game as Sundrell is going to drive in, throw it out to Sundrell. Sundrell over to Steffen. Steffen all the way over to Sundrell, who's able to corral it. Guarded by Huber, is going to get a screen from Steffen, but Busick is going to pick her up. Back over to Steffen on the far side. She's going to dribble in. Going to throw an errant pass out of bounds, and it will be boys basketball final. Red River defeats the Deacons in a crusher, 60-59. That is a heartbreaker if you're the Deacon boys. As Payne's going to dribble in, shot. No, that was a pass to Hakim for two. I thought that was a shot, but
Hakim's done a great job being very present in the paint down low. She's been drawing fouls and making shots like that all night.
yeah, she's had a really good game for the Deacons as well as going to be thrown out to Sundrell. Sundrell in for two. Shot is good. As Huber will bring the ball up for the Deacons. Huber over to Payne. Payne up to Hakim. Hakim it's gonna go off Steffen, they're gonna say, and it will remain Deacon basketball. Busick will inbound now for the Deacons. Watch Payne in the far corner. Pass into her. Payne dribbles in, shot. They're going to call a foul there on Sundrell, I believe. And Payne will now go to the line. She was 0 for 2 on her last trip. Got to get it. Payne is only shooting 33% from the line tonight. Payne's first is good, as that's Sundrell's, the older Sundrell's, third personal on the night. Payne, her second, is good, so a really good trip at the line for the Deacons, as the Deacons will be in bonus for the remainder of the game. Ball is thrown ahead to Leach. Leach into Frank. Frank over to Steffen. Steffen is going to get a screen from Robson. Ball is going to be thrown out of bounds. Sundrell and Steffen were on a different page there. But nonetheless, Payne will inbound for the Deacons as Busick will bring the ball up. Busick is going to throw it over to Payne. Payne for three. No good. Rebound Leach. Leach is going to bring the ball up the near side. Guarded by Huber. As she'll give it over to Steffen. Steffen dribbles around and gives it over to Robson. Robson up. They're going to say it was tipped with 14 on the shot clock. Sundrell is going to give it up to Steffen. Steffen dribbles around, gets wide open for the layup, isn't able to make it as Frank is going to come down with it. 3 on the shot clock. Huber is going to get the rebound, and Busick's going to bring the ball up to the Deacons. Busick way ahead to Payne. Payne for 2, no good. And the second shot is no good. Now she will go to the line to shoot the 2 free throws. And they're going to get Frank here for her third. And Red River's playing about 9 players, but it just feels like everybody is in foul trouble, which it isn't quite that bad, but.
Yeah, they definitely got a couple people they got to be keeping a close eye on. Like, I don't believe any of them have gotten fouled out so far, but yeah, there's definitely 4 or 5 players who are in the 3, maybe even 4 fouls.
I think Riley heard us yelling about free throws because she's made her last 4 in a row now. Oh, to help stretch the Deacon lead to 9, the biggest of the half. As Steffen is going to dribble in. She's going to get, no, they're going to call a double dribble. A really nice break if you're the Deacons. As Huber will inbound onto Busick. Busick will bring the ball up the middle. And she'll get over to Huber. Huber is going to throw over to Hakim. Hakim up to Payne. Payne. They're going to get her on a travel there.
It's hard on plays like that where your brain's kind of thinking one thing and you're trying to execute it, but you're not really thinking about what you're doing physically. So, yeah, that was a tough play, but a good call by the refs.
Nonetheless, we're going to get a timeout here by Red River. So, Andy, what do you think both teams are talking about in the huddle right now?
Well, on the Shanley side, I think they're kind of saying, keep up the tempo. We're playing good. We're not causing too many fouls. We're drawing a lot of fouls. We're kind of starting to pick up on the free throws. But if you're on the Red River side, you got to say just, calm things down a bit, slow it down, relax. They're kind of making a couple turnovers recently in these last few minutes, and they've been starting to foul a bit more too, as Shanley's in the bonus right now. And they're definitely telling those couple players, watch yourself, don't get fouled out. And a lot of the players who are in foul trouble are, big players on their team, and their presence would definitely be missed if they got fouled out. So, yeah, I think on the Red River side, they just got to watch out for fouls, slow things down, play cool. But on the Shanley side, they're saying keep doing what you're doing, just keep the tempo up, keep playing good, and then maybe we'll even come out with it.
Yeah, I mean, that's for sure. The Red River's definitely got a lot of players in foul trouble. No one's fouled out, like you said, but they've got 2 for sure with 4, maybe even 3. And I think feels like about 5 or 6 more with 3
Yeah.
that are right on the fringe of being in trouble. But Red River is playing their girls with 4. Or I know Paige has 4, and I want to say, I'm not sure who the other one is, but I do know that they have someone else. Robinson.
Yeah.
Robson. As Paige will get the inbound pass. And Robson, as they're going to have to hustle to get this ball across half court before a 10-second. They didn't get across. They're going to call a 10-second violation there on Red River, as Shanley is going to get the ball back.
Yeah, Shanley did a great job of causing pressure and kind of closing every wave that the ball could go to cause the 10-second violation there.
Huber will bring the ball up the far side. She's going to throw it into Busick. Busick for 2. No good. Rebound to Azur. She's going to give it up ahead to Paige. Paige, ball is going to be tipped on the pass by Huber, as Sundroll will check in for Paige.
Number 30, Jaden Sondrol.
Sundroll is going to inbound for the Roughriders. She'll get over to Steffen. Steffen's going to try and go baseline. Over to Leach. Leach for 3. Shot no good. Rebound, Mattern. They're going to say a jump ball. That will be Deacon ball on the rotating possession, though. As Busick will inbound. Huber will bring the ball up. Ball's going to get poked away, and Sundroll's going to come up with it. Ball's thrown ahead to Leach. Leach is going to give it over to Sundroll. He's going to throw it over to Steffen. Steffen, guarded by Busick, is going to give it back over to Leach at the top of the key. Leach is going to give it up to Robson, who gives it to Leach. Leach, dribbling around, gives it back over to Robson, who's going to throw it into Azur. Azur into Sundroll. Shot for 2. It's good, as the lead is now cut back down to 7. Busick's going to bring the ball up. She's going to throw it ahead to Huber. Huber over to Mattern. Mattern, refs had disagreeing calls here, but they are going to call a jump ball, and it will be Rough Rider basketball now with about 6:40 left to play in the game.
It seems the tempo might be shifting a little more in the Rough Riders' favor. While on that last possession, they kind of got caught up. They did squeak through with a little layup, and they did cause that jump ball right there. So, yeah, maybe they might be scoring some points, going a little run here. Who knows?
As Sundroll inbounds, she'll get it back. Guarded by Huber. She's going to give it up to Steffen. Steffen, guarded by Busick, is going to come in and throw it over to Frank. Frank's shot no good, and Hakim will give the ball up to Busick after the rebound. Busick throws it ahead to Huber. Huber up to Payne. Payne from the free throw line for 2. It's good, and we might have to count that one as a free throw. That was right there. Whereas Leach is going to get it poked away by Payne. Leach, I think, kind of took a dive there, and we might have a replay of that coming up here. As Leach, they're going to get Leach there for just kind of taking a dive. That's her second. Payne's going to go to the line to shoot the 1-on-1 now. As Payne's first is good. That's 5 in a row. She must have hurt us or something. In an update in EDC boys basketball action, the Davies Eagles were able to defeat the West Fargo Packers, as Payne's second is good. That is Rob. It's going to be a timeout here by Red River. They're only going to have 1 left for the rest of the game now. As the lead has now been stretched out to 11. This is the biggest lead of the half for the Deacons. If you're Red River, what are you saying to each other right now?
I think they're just saying kind of what they said, what I was saying before, just slow things down. They're kind of looking a little rushed on some points. But, yeah, just kind of stay out of foul trouble. Like I said, slow things down. Kind of don't rush anything. Don't try to make something out of nothing all the time. I mean, they just got to start making shots, keep the ball, stop causing turnovers. And Shanley, they just got to keep doing what they're doing. They have a lot of tempo on their side right now. They've been going on a little bit of run, stretching out their lead from what was once 3 to now 11.
Yeah, I mean, the Roughriders for a couple of times there had that lead to now 1, but they were just never able to break through. And, I mean, this has really been an impressive run by Shanley to break this lead back open. In a hockey final, or not a final here, but South Shanley Bruins 2, Devils Lake Firebirds 1 early in the third period as we get back to the action here. Red River will be inbounding. Robson is going to throw it into Stefan. Stefan is going to get picked up, and she's going to throw it over to Sundrell. Sundrell, guarded by Huber. He's going to give it to Robson. Robson gives it up to Stefan. Stefan, she's going to get fouled by Manuel, but the Deacons aren't in the penalty yet. Or, excuse me, the Deacons aren't in the penalty yet. So Stefan will inbound now after Manuel's second foul. Stefan is going to throw it into Frank. Frank for 2. A little bit of confusion there if you're from the Roughriders, but it worked as they're going to end up with the 2 points. As Mattern is going to, it looked like they were going to take it away from her, but they're going to give it up to Huber, but she's going to be able to get it to Huber. Huber is going to give it over to Chrisman. Chrisman is going to throw it over to Huber. Huber gives it up to Chrisman on the baseline into Manuel. Really nice pass. Shot's going to just fall out. Chrisman's going to muscle the rebound away from everybody. But a little bit of a tough pass, a little bit of panic there maybe, and the ball is going to go out of bounds on Shanley. And it will be Rough Rider ball. Robson's going to inbound. She's going to throw it over to Stefan. Stefan is going to drive down the right side, and she's not going to get fouled, and Huber will come down with the rebound. Sundrell is going to guard Huber. Huber gives it to Chrisman. Chrisman working against Frank. Shot is going to be blocked. Rebound Robson. Robson's going to pick up her dribble, but she's going to be able to get it to Stefan. And Stefan's going to have to get across the line here, but she does. Stefan looked like she was going to take a 3. Instead, she's going to pass it over to Leach. Leach on the far side. He's going to get a screen from Sundrell. Sundrell's going to get it back then and go to work with 7 on the shot clock. Ball goes over to Stefan. Stefan for 2. No good. Rebound Frank. No good. It's going to rim out, but she'll now go to the line for 2.
Stefan hasn't really found her rhythm on those layups. She's taken the last like 5 or 6, and I don't know if she's made any of them. She's kind of just going in for that little underhand move, and she hasn't been able to connect with it.
I don't know what's going on there, but nonetheless, I believe that's Frank at the line there. She makes the first. Another thing to note, Chrisman now has 3, and Busick and Hakim will check in as Frank gets ready to shoot the second. And the second she will make. Frank is shooting 100% from the line tonight. That is really impressive in a game where we've talked a lot about the how hard it's been shooting free throws tonight. Payne for 3. It's good. And this lead is back out to 10. That was a big shot there as Frank's going to get the ball, and she's going to give it over to Sandro. She has now got 3 of those, and she is having a really nice night again for Deacons. As Robson's going to go up ahead against Payne. She will make it and cut the lead down to 8 with 4 minutes left to play now. As Huber is going to bring the ball up for the Deacons, she's going to give her to Busick. Busick, she needs to get the ball across, as it will, over to Huber. Huber, they're going to call a foul on Robson. That's going to be her 5th now, as she will foul out, and Huber, yes, will go to the line to shoot the bonus. Red River obviously not loving the call now, as one of their best players will be done for the night with about 4 minutes left to go in the game.
Back in for Red River, number 22, Alex Page.
Yeah, and Shanley here is almost in the double bonus, 1 foul away from Red River, and that could be a huge role too, as getting those 2 guaranteed free throws.
Mm-hmm. Huber makes the first, so she will get the second now. And I don't know, we must have done something because I think they've made about 7 or 8 in a row.
Maybe like a reverse announcer jinx or something like that.
Something like that. Well,
Guess we'll just stop talking now.
Yeah, maybe that's the best plan. The North Spartans upset the West Fargo Packers 71-68, snapping a 10-game EDC win streak for the Packers. Sondrel's going to get the assist there. They're going to get a traveling here on the Deacons. And just when we thought that Shanley may be ready to run them out of the building, the lead is cut down to 7. So this could get really interesting here with about 3:40 left on the clock. Stefan's going to drive in. She's going to go over to Sondrel. Sondrel for 2. It's good. And the lead is suddenly down to 5. Busick has the ball. She's going to bring it up. She's going to throw it way ahead to Payne. Payne is going to drive in out to Huber. Huber is going to drive in on the near side and give it over to Chrisman. Chrisman, it's going to be a jump ball, and it will stay Shanley basketball on the rotating possession. Busick will inbound. Watch for her to try and just chuck it right out to Payne. As Busick's going to give it over to Chrisman. Chrisman gives it over to Payne. Payne gives it over to Huber. Huber, no good, and it's going to be rebounded by, it's going to be a jump ball. It will stay Red River basketball. With 3 minutes left, they are down 5 points and have the ball.
Yeah, they've quietly kind of sneaked their way back into this game. It was only 5 points separates them from the Deacons right now.
As Stefan's going to get the ball and drive in, she's going to get over to Frank. Frank, if Red River wanted a foul there, and if you're the Deacons, that's a good break that could have been called. And she is perfect from the line tonight, so that's a break there if you're the Deacons. But nonetheless, the Deacons get the ball back, and they will call a timeout with about 2:50 left in the game. So now if you're Shanley, what are you talking about? Because the roles are changing a little bit here.
I think they're kind of saying we got to start making more of our shots, stop causing turnovers, and kind of stay away from the foul, because they're kind of inching towards the bonus for Red River now too. So it's kind of the tables have turned from what we were saying earlier. They kind of got to start scoring and ease up on the fouls. And Red River, if they keep this tempo up, they could even tie the game with this much time left.
Yeah, that's true. And I think another thing that they might be telling him, we want the ball to these people at this time, because if Red River decides, hey, we're going to start fouling, you want your best free throw shooters to be having the ball. And so that's something you're thinking about right away, right now. You're kind of saying, we want this person, and if we get into maybe we just want to hold the ball for until there's about 8 seconds on the shot clock, and we're giving the ball to this person, and they're going to try and make a move. Maybe that's the plan, but we'll see. Obviously, you get a layup. Yeah. That's always the goal.
Yeah, get a couple points up there, whatever you can get.
The perfect possession would be, as the shot clock goes off, you shoot a 3 and make it. That's the perfect possession. Let's get any more of those. A 2, 3, and run the clock down. As Busick will bring the ball up for the Deacons. Manuel was not ready for that one. And it's going to go out of bounds on the Deacons, as I believe that is Paige inbounding. She'll go over to Sondrel. Sondrel will give it back to Paige. Paige is going to go over to Frank. Frank gives it to Sondrel. Sondrel, who is a threat to shoot, will be guarded by Huber. She's going to get a screen and give it over to Paige. Paige drives in over to Sondrel. Sondrel back over to her sister. Back over to Sondrel in the corner. Sondrel, with 8 seconds, is going to drive in. Shot, no good, but she'll go to the line now to shoot 2. And Red River will be in the penalty for the remainder of the game now. And they're going to get Chrisman. That's her 4th now. Well, it'll be interesting to see what Shanley does here. Do they keep her in with that 4th?
Yeah, Chrisman is definitely kind of like Hakeem. She's a big presence in the paint. She's very good at drawing fouls, going up for layups, and getting rebounds and other such like that. So, yeah, she would definitely be missed if she got fouled out. As
Sondrel makes the first and the second. Red River is shooting great from the line tonight as they cut the lead now down to 3. They were getting run out of the gym for a second.
Yeah, this game just kind of keeps going back and forth between the score differential.
Red River is shooting 75% from the line tonight, as they're going to get Paige. That's her 5th now. Red River has 2 people fouled out. Chrisman will go to the line. But now that bench gets a little thin, especially if this game does go into overtime with the 3-point game. But Shanley is in the double bonus for the remainder of the game. That's very important to remember. As Chrisman's first will go down. And Shanley is quietly starting to make those now.
Yeah, that was something we were saying a lot that they really need to improve on. They've done a great job of improving on that late in this game.
As Chrisman's second is no good, but Payne gets the rebounds. That's almost even better. As the ball go over to Busick. Busick over to Huber. Huber. He's going to go over to Chrisman. Chrisman throws it in Payne. Payne for 2. No good. Rebound Frank. Frank's going to throw it over to Stefan. They've got a 2-on-1 if they want it. Stefan. Ball is going to get poked away by Manuel. Manuel's going to come up with the steal. Manuel gives it up to Payne. Payne for 2. No good, but they're going to give her the foul, and she'll go to the line to shoot 2. And they're going to get Burris there. Maybe a little generous, but nonetheless, Payne will go to the line. That's good. She's made about 7 in a row or so. She heard what we said, apparently. Her second. That's 8 in a row now. That's an impressive run.
Big improvement by Payne at the charity stripe so far.
As Shanley has stretched the lead now out to 6. Balls, and Red River is going to throw the ball out of bounds. And it will be Shanley basketball with 1:30. And now you're starting to think, get it to our free throw shooters. Ball's over to Busick. Busick is going to go over to Payne. Payne gives it up to Chrisman. Chrisman over to Huber. Huber. Timeout Deacons now with 1:26 left in the game and 23 seconds left in the shot clock. So if you're Red River, what is the strategy?
Well, for one thing, I'd probably shy away from the fouls if possible, as that's been a big factor so far in this second half. And, I mean, just kind of stay calm and don't get overzealous or overconfident or anything. Just stay cool, do your job. You know, like I said, stay away from fouls and just make every play you can.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good idea. East Region Hockey Tournaments, Fargo South Shanley Bruins 4, Devils Lake Firebirds 1 late in the third. So if you're a Deacons hockey fan, that's a really good thing to be hearing right now. I agree with what you're saying. I think you get 2 tries for the steal, then you have to foul. You can't let that much time run off. But nonetheless, it looks like they are going to let the Deacons dribble the clock down as Huber is going to throw over Payne. Payne for 2. That's a perfect possession for the Deacons. I mean, took some time off the clock and they pushed the lead up to 8. Stefan is going to dribble, throw it over to big block by Payne. That was impressive as we're going to get a replay here. Stefan threw it out to Sandro and she got blocked.
Yeah, Payne's having herself a heck of a half tonight.
Sandro is going to throw it over and Huber this time is going to tip it out. So with 1:02 left and 20 seconds left on the shot clock, Red River has the ball. And they're going to throw all the... Payne is going to get the steal. And Payne's going to pull it out. And Red River needs to foul. If you're Shanley, you're playing keep away now. And they're not going to foul. And they're going to give it to Busick. And they decide they're going to foul Busick. So they decide they're going to send Busick to the line with 45 seconds left. Busick will be shooting 2. She can push this out to a 4-possession game and sort of ice the game for the Deacons right now, if she can make both. The first is good. The second on its way, as it's right now a 9-point game. She's going to miss the second, as Stefan is going to bring the ball up for the Roughriders. She'll throw it over to Sandro. Sandro is going to get a screen from Frank. Sandro needs to get a shot off, as she'll throw it into Frank. Frank, shot for two, no good. Rebound Busick. Busick is going to get over to Huber. Huber is going to dribble up and give it back up to Busick on the near side. And they will give it over to Manuel. Manuel into Chrisman. And they're going to let this one play out, it looks like. As the Deacons, a little shaky at times, but they're going to run away with a 63 win. Well, Andy, what are some of your final thoughts on this game?
Well, going forward, I think Red River is definitely going to have to, not get too over-aggressive at times. But overall, I think we had a great game tonight. Both teams that did a great job kind of clawing forward. They got behind at times, but they both seem to do a good job of kind of come back at times. And Shanley, they really improved on their free throws in the second half. And, it was a great game by both teams, both great efforts.
Yep. So what we obviously got to talk about, how this affects the standings. If you're Red River, you have no idea what's going to happen now. If you're Shanley, you've basically locked up the 2 seed now. So it's kind of like, hey, great job, got the job done. All right, now we got to get ready for Central. We beat them, we are the 2 seed. So Shanley came and did their job. Red River's got no idea where the heck they're going to be. They've got 2 more games left. They could be the 4th seed. They could be playing a play-in game. So, they've really got to come, and they got to come the next couple of days now.
Yeah, you could definitely celebrate for a short period here, but you definitely got to keep moving forward and go on to the next one.
Yeah, really nice game for the Deacons. For Andy Simon and the rest of our crew, I'm Cade Busick. Busick from McCormick Gymnasium in Fargo, North Dakota. Our final score is the Shanley Deacons 72, the Red River Roughriders 63. The following has been a proceeding of Shanley TV.